Yo, what's good, y'all? I would like to welcome y'all back to episode 74 of the Vine Talks podcast. Today, on which I'm recording this podcast, is July 24th, 2026. And first, I would like to say shout out to my current, past, and new listeners. Y'all already know I highly appreciate you. Shout out to everybody listening to this podcast on their favorite platforms. Before we get into the show, make sure you follow me on all of my socials. You can follow me anywhere because I am literally everywhere. And if you are listening to this shit or watching this on YouTube, make sure you hit that hype button because that'll definitely help me out in the long run. I highly appreciate you, man. So you already know I gotta ask you, how you doing today? I hope everything is going well. I hope your day has been going great. I hope that your weekend has been grand. Hope you've been elevating and relaxing when you need to. I highly encourage that. Y'all already know I highly encourage y'all resting as much as y'all can when y'all can. Even if you gotta every now and then take a PTO day, just take one day of PTO for yourself. Call out a day before the weekend and have a fucking ball. You understand what I'm saying? Get some errands done the first day, and then the rest of that weekend, you just chill. You understand me? Like sometimes you might need to do that type of shit. So don't forget to take care of yourself first. You feel me? I do hope everything is going good. And when you do answer, how are the question, how you doing today? Remember, you ain't got to answer me directly. Obviously, you can't, but you can always answer to yourself like, I'm doing good, I'm doing great. You know what I'm saying? Just to get that, just to check with yourself internally. You feel me? Um, I'm doing good. I'm doing great and just working on myself harder than I do anything else. You already know how that shit go. Just constantly just improving myself day by day, no matter at what capacity, what percentage, as long as I'm becoming a better man. You fed me. Um, Me and my girl, we had went up to the mountains. We went to Mount Lemon. That shit was pretty fucking cool. I'm not gonna lie. It was raining on our way up there, and this is our first time going out to those mountains. So it was a low. Actually, I'm not even gonna lie. While it was raining, and it did get pretty bad, the drive still wasn't that bad, even with the rain. It got a little frisky at first, but it was like, okay, this is all right. Just take your time. Take this, just drive slow. Motherfucker trying to pass us and everything. Like, boy, y'all ass wild and it's raining up this bitch. But we went up there to go do yoga. And that was pretty fun. We was outside doing yoga. It was drizzling just a little bit. The rain was hitting my face, felt like a good cleansing. I'm not gonna lie. It was decent as hell. That was pretty fucking fun. Um, I believe I talked about that last week on the pod. I'm not too sure, but if not, listen, that was a lot of fun. I'm not gonna hold it. It felt good up there. The higher we got, the cooler it was getting. You understand what I'm saying? Because it was raining and shit. Like it felt good. Now after a while, it was starting to get a little warm. We was out there for like 8-9 hours because we left the house at like 8 in the morning. Got up there, got into the mountains where we needed about an hour later, and it was decent as hell. They got some places up there where you can rent hotels and all types of shit. We had found a little spot. Well, I ain't gonna say we found, but it's just one of those spots that's up there, and you can go in there, and they have to where you can buy silver, copper, a bunch of uncut $1 bills. I thought that was pretty cool. They have a lot of remember those dollar quarters, boy, them big ass those dollar coins. They have that. I'm like, oh, I need to buy this shit, and it was pretty cheap. They was selling this shit for like $40 or whatever. I'm like, oh yeah. Next time we come back up here, I'm investing in it. I need to give me some copper. I'm buying all the copper, all the silver. I'm gonna spend a couple $100 on that shit. I ain't gonna lie. I'm buying all of it. I've been eating that. I ain't even gonna hold you. So yeah, man. That was pretty cool though, man. It was good to just be out in nature. You know what I'm saying? Like doing yoga. That's my first time doing some shit like that. I ain't been rained on in a while, and I was uncomfortable. I felt a little uncomfortable, and I felt like that was a good thing because I ain't even gonna lie, it's been a hot minute since I've been uncomfortable. So that was decent as hell. To just get uncomfortable, really, you know what I'm saying? Do something that I've never did before. And I would 10 out of 10, highly recommend. Motherfuckers was camping up there and everything, which we definitely will do. You know what I'm saying? Camp out there, hike up there, take the puppies up there and shit with us, and just have a ball, boy. That was decent as hell. Yeah. If you live somewhere where there's mountains and shit like that, and you're able to go in them and drive up, listen, go take that drive. It might be one of the best drives. And it was so beautiful driving up there too, man. Like we was in the clouds with that shit. Man, oh my God. It was great. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Like I took a lot of pictures, a lot of videos on the way up there. That shit flooded my phone. I need to my phone a little fucked up, so I need to go ahead and transfer all of these videos and shit to my PC. Because if anything happens to my phone, that shit get corrupted and it's over with. So I need to make sure I transfer all of that. But I'm gonna do that a little later. Yeah, take that drive though, man. Take that drive. Take that rest for yourself. Take a day off, man, and just enjoy being outside. Now let's go ahead and get into this game. And I just want to say, first of all, this year has been full of great games. I talked about that on plenty of episodes of the pod. I think 2026, depending on how September goes with all of these releases, well, August through September, depending on how that goes, this is definitely going to be one of the, I think this is the greatest year in gaming that we've had ever in our lives. And man, I just wish I was able to buy more of these games. And let me not even say buy more, have the time to play all of these games. Because buying them is one thing, right? You know, your wallet can only stretch so far. It's like, damn, I'm gonna buy all these video games. I might not even play them all or even beat all of these bitches. You feel me? So it's kind of like, I need to go ahead. I just wish that I had more time to play these video games, man. Like, it's not enough time in a day. Especially if you know, the older you get, the more responsibilities that you have to a certain extent. Because boy, if I was, let's say 10 to 14 and knowing I ain't have many responsibilities, I used to stay up late as fuck all night, all day, all night. I'm playing video games, you know, so I'm doing a little shit here. Man, listen, and when motherfuckers have the money to buy all of these games too, I'm telling you, I'll probably be able to finish 20 games in a year. That's how much a motherfucker be gaming, bro. playing single player games. Now I know I probably could have been done playing a couple of games like Lego Batman or Adventures of Elliot. I've been playing Marvel Rivals. That shit has me in a chokehold. I ain't been playing it as often over the last few days because I've been dropping content on this platform called Justin and getting paid. So if you do see my videos on my short form content, make sure you go ahead and like, subscribe, comment, repost, all that good shit, bruh. I would highly appreciate that. I've been playing a lot of more of those games, but since I know that Lego Batman is 10 to 12 hours, something like that, I'm gonna run through that, explore what I need, but I'm gonna beat that before August is over with. So I might end up playing that, like some of that shit today. And then the Adventures of Elliot, I think that's gonna be a game. And Mina the Hollow, I wanna be able to beat that as well. But I think those are two games that I'm gonna be playing throughout the rest of the year. And if I don't really have any games to play around October, November, because I don't know about Grand Theft Auto 6, man. I'm hoping that shit come to PC day one. I know it's not, so I'm just waiting a year for it. Like, I'm excited for it, but I'm not like head over heels like a lot of people. I can wait. Like, motherfucker, I didn't wait all this time to play Grand Theft Auto 6. I can wait a little bit longer, and that way I can get more content off of other games that I care about even more. You understand what I'm saying? So if I ain't really got nothing to play in November, I'm gonna go hard on the Adventures of Elliot if I don't have it beaten by that time, and whatever other games that I'm gonna be playing. Because man, we got Gears of War E-Day that's dropping real soon. It's just overwhelming right now. So priority number one, I had beat 007 First Light, so I need to go ahead and get Lego Batman out the fucking way. And then after that, we got Marvel Tokon that's dropping on the 6th. The Avatar game look good. I definitely want to buy that. And then on the 20th, I mean, we got Beast of Reincarnation on the 4th of August. But I'm really waiting on is Marvel Tokon, and then Mortal Shell 2. Mortal Shell 2 that's gonna be dropping on the 20th of August. So I'm gonna still have time in between to play a few games and get some shit out the way, get all this content. One thing I gotta stop doing is lessen up the doom scrolling. Once I lessen up some of that doom scrolling, I ain't gonna lie, I be doing that shit. I have way more time to beat these games, man. So I can't wait. I'm definitely gonna get a lot of this shit out the way, and I got a whole lot of I have a whole lot of content coming y'all way, bro. Especially in the second half of this year. I was already going crazy with the short form and shit like that in the first half. The second half, I'm about to pick it up even more, and man, I'm about to be dropping even more content. I'm about to have more. You know what? That's a conversation for another day. I don't even know why I'm going off on this tangent. But anyways, gaming right now is crazy. The chaos is starting in August. So this last week and a half, hold on, let me see. Let me open up my calendar real quick, bro. So I have until the 4th of August, really. That's when Beast of Reincarnation come out. So I really have until the 4th. So I got basically a week and a couple days to get Lego Batman out the way and progress as much as I can in the Adventures of Elliot or however the case may be before I get into some other shit. So yeah, man, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be fucking crazy. I'm excited though. Like I said, as a game, I'm glad that all of these games are coming out, and it seems like they're gonna be quality games. You feel me? Oh, backwards compatibility. That is coming back. Xbox is bringing backwards or let me not say coming back. It's already been on console, but they're bringing it to PC, which is pretty fucking cool. And I had checked on the Xbox app. I can just buy those games and they'll be mine. So I'm like, oh, that's decent as hell. I ain't gonna lie. So I think they only have 4 games for the backwards compatibility. It is Blinks the Time Sweeper. Goddamn. If you ever played Blinks, that was on the original Xbox. That game was fire. At least when I was a kid. I played it back in like 04, 05. You feel me? So what is it? 03, 04, 05. So one of those years, whenever it had came out, that's when I played it. And it was fun as a kid. I was like, damn, I really do like this game. Fusion Frenzy is another one. That's a classic right there. What's another one? It was Blinks, Fusion Frenzy. I couldn't remember the other games, but it's like 3 more games. Or 2 more games, I mean. And I was like, oh, this is decent as hell. As a matter of fact, let me go ahead and look it up right now for y'all ass, man. Because I wonder what else they're going to bring to PC. And I wonder how it's going to work. Okay, I own these games, I bought them. What is the ownership for these? What is the ownership for these games? You feel me? Let me see. No, not a video. My bad. Hold on. I hope y'all did not hear that. Y'all probably didn't because I got the shit muted. So, I wonder is it gonna show me? Okay, so we got Blink the Time Sweeper, Conquer Live and Reloaded, Crimson Skies, High Road to Revenge, and Fusion Frenzy. I've only played Fusion Frenzy and Blinks. That's basically all I really care about. But they're like $10. I'm pretty sure I can find them cheaper, maybe at a mom and pop shop for real, for a lot cheaper. But if I can own them on the PC, that's decent as well. So I ain't really mad at it. But they bring it back. They're bringing backwards compatibility. Well, they had brought backwards compatibility to PC, and I think that's pretty cool. I wonder if Sony is gonna do something like that. I think Sony needs to go ahead and make their own PC launcher and stop fucking playing, bro. I had mentioned this before because a lot of motherfuckers keep saying, well, who's going to buy the PlayStation? It's like, okay, boy, well, the PS6 is going to be all digital. What's the point of even owning a fucking console? Because you can't even buy the disc, right? There's really no point owning the console. And especially if the console is going to be like $1,100 anyway. You understand what I'm saying? Because they already said that they're not looking to take a huge loss on the PS6. Because if y'all did not know, companies like Nintendo, Xbox, PlayStation, they take a loss on their consoles every time they made. So for every console that's sold, that's just, I don't even know the actual number for it, but let's just say they take a 30% loss on the console that's being made. So basically, it might cost them, I don't know, $900 to make a console, but they selling it for $500. You know, that type of shit. And if it's looking like that, then they need to go ahead and put that. First of all, the games that's going to be there for PS6, because the single player games are going to be exclusive, how well are they going to sell? Second of all, you having a PC launcher, you now open up you have a whole new audience that's going to be buying these games day one when they drop on PC. Like, I don't know, man. I think that Sony is just scared of making money, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't know what's wrong with them, but this ain't about them, bro. Some good news. I know with some bad news. I had seen, oh my God. You know what? I was not going to speak on no bad news because I really didn't have any, but I had seen this morning. It was just a headline, so I really didn't get into the article, but PSN had went down, and PSN is known for going down since the PS3 era. PSN always going down. They always getting hacked. Their servers are fucking garbage. And this is a big issue with everything being digital, because Xbox also had this issue as well. If everything is digital, that means you might have to have an internet connection to play these games. If you download these games to your PlayStation or your Xbox and the internet is down, your internet is down, or the service is down worldwide on the PlayStation networks or Xbox Live or whatever the fuck Xbox call it these days, if that shit is down, what are you going to do about your library? You can't access it? I think that's bullshit. So hopefully they make it to where you can still access your games and play them, and you don't have to be connected to the internet at all. Period. But we'll see how that go, because, man, if you don't have access to your library when shit go down, we're in a heap of trouble, bro. And this is one of the things that I was talking about. I'm like, bro, this is not a good look. This is not a good thing. Everything going digital, this, that, and the third. Like, that's not. And motherfuckers keep saying, I buy everything digital anyway. Well, things like this happen. You understand? So I'm going to be making a video on this later, because I don't know exactly what was going on, if people had access to the libraries or not. I'm just saying, what if you don't have access to your shit because everything is digital? It just seems like a slippery slope. But what I do know, on it's a PC storefront called GOG, and you can buy whatever game on that damn net. They don't have a full lot. They don't have an extraordinary library like Steam, but I feel like they can make good competition because they care about game preservation and you actually owning your games. So they say, look, if you buy a game on our storefront, you can actually burn a disc. You can actually burn the game to a disc so that way you actually own it. So if you pop it back into your PC, it'll fully play. You don't need nothing. You understand what I'm saying? Like, they taking ownership to a whole new level. I thought that was pretty fucking cool. I'm like, oh damn, this is actually decent as hell, boy. Shout out to GOG, man. I really do hope that they become more prominent within the PC storefront space. Because right now, Steam is the largest storefront that you can access games at, and it's really not close for anybody else, to be honest with you. So yeah, shout out to GOG, bro. Shout out to GOG. Digital, everything going digital. Like I said, there's positives and there's negatives to it. The positives is the convenience. The negatives, you already don't own shit. Now you don't even have control over what games that you can play. If service was to go down, you can't access your libraries. But we'll see how that shit play out over the next 5 years. I don't really have anything as far as movies and TV. I'm still watching Black Clover. I've been watching the fuck out of that. I ain't watched it over the last 2 days, I want to say, just because I was doing some other shit and I ain't really putting no time into watching it. But bruh, I've been watching the fuck out of Black Clover, and it's so good, man, and it's constantly getting better, man. If you have not seen Black Clover, I highly recommend it. They made that nigga Asta buff as hell now. He has new abilities with his dark magic. I mean, not his dark magic, with his anti-magic. He has new abilities with that. It's pretty fucking cool, bro. I'm like, oh yeah, this shit is getting lit. And the niggas from the Spade Kingdom, because they have devil magic within them as well, similar to Asta. These niggas are overly strong. They was already strong, but them having that devil magic, that shit it's insane how strong these niggas are. I'm like, oh my God, bro. And what I like about this show too, it seems like that they doing the scaling right. It don't seem like they going like they always fighting folks that are similar in power, or maybe they way stronger, but they gotta use the power of friendship to overpower their enemies, shit like that. You already know how that shit go, man. Listen, Black Clover is lit, bro. If you are not watching it, I highly recommend that you do. They really talk about not giving up a lot, and I fuck with that message, and because of that alone, I highly recommend Black Clover. Now, I did pick up some new comics. We're talking about comics and books. I'm still reading The Changing World by Ray Dalio. I'm almost at the end. It's been dragging a little bit at the end, but I'm almost done. I'm going to finish this book. I'm going to maintain this information and then just skim through it and see what other information I need. But I'm going to read through all of this shit. And like I said, I'm almost done. But I did go to the comic book store and I spent, it was $55, but I was able to get $10 off. So it was $45 at the end. I spent $45 on some comics. It was one volume, right? But I'm gonna start, this is where I'm gonna start. So, let me see, hold on. First of all, let me tell you how many comics I bought. Okay, it was one, let me see, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay. Yeah, wait, yeah, 1, 2, hold on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, my bad. So I got 6 comics. And I spent $45 on these. And once I'm done with this book, I promise y'all I'm going to get into these comics. We're gonna be talking about that shit, bro. Cause I've been excited. I've just been accumulating comics. You feel me? I've been getting the first issues of certain things. Like I really real deal been collecting this type of shit, man. And what I need to do is see like new releases and shit like that, and see where I can get like exclusive covers or whatever the case may be for the low when they first come out for the first issues. But I've been getting a lot of first issues for a lot of stuff because I'm like, oh, this is gonna be decent as hell if I cop this. So first and foremost, first comic I have Black Lightning. I have Black Lightning. This is volume 1 of Black Lightning. This Black Lightning came on what was that? Was it CW? Yeah, Black Lightning used to come on CW. And that's where I first got introduced to it some years ago. I forgot how long ago, but I was like, oh, this is a pretty cool show. I'm fucking with this. And this is the cover right here. Look decent as hell. If you can't see it, I don't know what to tell you, but this is nice as fuck. I'm not gonna lie to you. Can't wait to read it, bro. Can't wait to read it. I seen this, I said, oh, I gotta get it. I fuck with Black Lightning heavy. And I believe this is volume 1 of it, if I'm not mistaken. So had to cop. I have the first issue of Absolute Catwoman. Hold on, let me go ahead and take it out the little sleeve. I have the first issue of Absolute Catwoman. Do y'all see that cover? That shit fire, boy. Had to get this. I need to get more Absolute DC comics. I definitely want to get more Absolute DC comics, and this is what it look like on the inside. This is the original cover for it, but I got this joint. This the Chenayder Grayson Bangle Nero. Oh, my bad. That's who made. Don't worry about that. I don't know what they call this cover, bro. But it's decent though. I can't wait to read it. I want to get more issues. I want to collect all the issues of Absolute Wonder Woman. I believe I have 1 through 5 or 1 through 8, one of the two. I forgot which, but I definitely want to collect more Absolute Wonder Woman comics. Get all the issues for that. All the Absolute Batman issues. I want to get those as well. I've been missing out on a few issues, so I'm gonna see if I can find them online or whatever the case may be. But I go to the comic book store, a real comic book store. I don't buy this shit out of Amazon because I don't really support Amazon for real. I don't go to Target. I'm still boycotting Target. I'm not supporting their ass. Walmart, I try to stay out of Walmart as much as I possibly can. I really don't go to them. I don't support them at all. Like when I say I'm not doing something, bro, I really stick to that shit as much as I can, bro. It get a little tough because all of this shit is monopolized, bro. But it doesn't matter, man. I do what I can to protest. So that's the first issue with Absolute Catwoman, a new variant cover. That shit fire. Then I also have Batman and Deadpool issue number 1, but I have the cover with Storm and Wonder Woman on the front. Looking good, you understand what I'm saying? Decent as hell, I ain't gonna lie to you. I fuck with this cover right here. Never read Batman Deadpool at all. And if this is good, and it's pretty thick too, so if this is good, I will be copping more issues of this. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I will be copping more issues of this. I want to see what's to it. I need to get this a new day in Gotham too. This joint right here. I've been seeing this. It's like they have volume 1 in the comic book store. So that's decent as hell. Yeah, so that is Batman and Deadpool, Storm and Wonder Woman variant cover. That shit is fire. I said that whole pretty thick. I love the way this shit feel. I love getting new books. I do. Oh, and this one, I don't know why, but I like Bizarro. This comic's pretty thin. This is the first issue of Bizarro Year None. This is what it look like. This is the cover. I think the cover is pretty cool. It's the first issue. I fuck with Bizarro, and that's why I got it, bro. So I was like, oh yeah, this is decent as hell. Can't wait. And if I like this, I will be getting issues however many they drop a Bizarro. So let me see, I got two more to show y'all, bro. Now, I like Spawn. Why I like Spawn? I watched Spawn on the VHS tape, bro, in my grandma room. Like, that's the first time I ever saw Spawn, I believe. And I was like, damn, I've been fucking with Spawn ever since. And I've been reading a few of his comics online, but I see that they now have a She-Spawn. This is the first issue. This is made by Image Comics. I was like, oh, this is decent as hell. If I like this, I will be collecting. If the first issue was decent, I will be collecting every other issue that they have of She-Spawn. Didn't even know that She-Spawn was a thing, so I had to get this. I was like, oh yeah, this is decent as hell. I was skimming through it, and I was like, oh, I fuck with the art style. So had to get the She-Spawn, bro. That looked good. And then last but not least, I had to get this because I thought this was gonna be a fun, goofy read. This is also the first issue of Sonic the Hedgehog and Godzilla. First issue. If I like this, I collect every other one of these as well. I had to get this. This is one of the best looking covers that I seen because they had other variants as well. But I seen this cover and I was like, oh, I like this one the most. I had to cop. So yeah, Sonic the Hedgehog, Godzilla, first issue. Had to get that bitch, man. I have so many comics now. I said, I can't wait to start reading them. You know, I try to focus on one thing at a time. These comics, because they are fairly short, it ain't gonna take me long to read them and get through them because I'm really trying to hit my goal of reading over 80 books or whatever. And I believe that reading through these comics is definitely gonna help me get there. Not that I'm worried about how quick I get it, but that was my goal. I might have to tailor that goal down because I didn't anticipate how long it's gonna take me to read fucking the Changing World Order. So I can't wait, and I'm in No Names Book Club, so I will be scouring for a lot of those books that they be reading up in there, get educated, you understand what I'm saying? Learn more about my people through those books. Can't wait. So those are all of my comics, bruh. That is nice. I have so many comics now. Some of them I haven't even touched yet. Like, my inner child is happy, bruh. I ain't gonna lie. My inner child happy. Like, I'm buying more games than I ever have before. I'm playing video games. I'm buying a lot more comics. I remember reading my first comic book, and that was The Death of Superman. I read that whole thing. I had rebought it because I seen it in the store. I was like, oh shit, I haven't seen this since I was a kid. I bought that motherfucker. I'm gonna read that shit again. I can't wait to reread it. You understand? And I wanted to get more into comic books. Like we had Game Informers coming through. I used to read those. I wish I kept them all. Oh my god, I wish I kept them all. I threw them, bitch. No, did I throw them away? I threw my Yu-Gi-Oh cards away, but I gave away all my Game Informers to some nigga that. Oh my god, bro. I was a kid. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. I guess I just didn't want to travel with all of that. But that let me early on. That let me know early on, like, okay, you ain't got no problem with letting shit go. So that's probably what that was about, man. Showing me in a way is like, okay, I don't, you could have did that a different way, but here it is, man. So, growing up, just didn't wish I got more into comics, but motherfuckers buying video games, and at the time it was like, okay, do I want this game or do I want this comic? I kind of want this game, even though the comics were a lot cheaper. You feel me? They were a lot cheaper, especially back then. I wish I had more of these, bro, and just kept them and collected them, because man, this is great. I love this shit. I loved it. I have when I go into the comic book store, nigga, I'm like, when I go into the comic book store, I'm like a woman in TJ Maxx, nigga. Real shit. I'm in that bitch for longer than 30 minutes, longer than 45 minutes. Sometimes it might be like I'm just giddy as hell. I'm giddy as hell, man. And y'all know, man, if y'all know that TJ Maxx reference, man, y'all understand, bro. Y'all understand. Y'all get where I'm coming from when I say that. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll be like, damn, I don't get how we can be in this bitch, all this stuff. But once we in here something that I fuck with, it's like, okay, we could be in forever. I'll just be trying to look at everything. Okay, I have this much money that I can spell. What do I want to buy? Do I want to get a lot of first issues? Do I want to continue to collect these issues? You understand what I'm saying? Like it's too many choices, and I end up getting a lot of first issues because boy, I got that absolute Batman first issue, regular cover. I bought that bitch for $5. That shit is worth $159. $150. That's why I got the first issue of Absolute Superman, Green Lantern, Flash, Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, and now Catwoman. I have the first issue of all of those joints. And I want to get more first issues. I want to get more first issues if I can find them. And I think I have Green Arrow too. I have the first issue of Green Arrow, Absolute Green Arrow. Haven't read it through yet, but again, if I like it, I am going to collect all of the rest of the issues for it, bro. Because man, reading comics is fucking fire. I have read through a couple. It's a couple Ghost Rider comics that I read through. I don't remember what the fuck they was called. Let me see. It was a couple other comics. It was a few comics that I read through that we had got for Free Comic Book Day, which I need to stay up on that because I need to stay up. You know what? I need to set a calendar for like Comic Book Day and on days that are holidays and shit like that, because a lot of the comic book stores that I go to, they have they always have sales and deals and stuff like that for certain holidays. So like Christmas, probably Thanksgiving, maybe the 4th of July, just for all of these holidays. You understand what I'm saying? And I need to take advantage of that shit. You feel me? And I can buy way more comics, because I think the most I spent on comics was like $100, I think. No, it was $80 or something. Was it $100? I think it was like $80 or something like that, $85 or something like that. Maybe that's the most I spent on comics. And I know, and that's why I'm getting my money up, because I know I am going to spend more in one go. Like, I need all this. You feel me? I know I went on like a crazy tangent and a little rant, but man, I love buying comics now, and I really do enjoy reading them. Like I said, as soon as I'm done reading Ray Dalio, I'm about to go on a frenzy of reading these bitches. I just need to know where I want to start with first. I need to figure that out. That's why I'm buying more volumes too, so that way I can have, issues 1 through 5 or 1 through 6 or however the volume goes. You understand what I'm saying? And this bitch right here, this one was it was $18. So when I spent $55, most of the money went to this Black Lightning joint, and then we had everything else. You feel me? But most of these $5, the most expensive one, The most expensive one that I bought, I believe, well, let me see. The least expensive one was the Image comic one, was She Spawn. That was $4. And then I have cover C of Sonic the Hedgehog and Godzilla. That was $5. Like, if you have children and you want them to get into reading and stuff like that, this is a extremely cheap hobby that you can have. It does add up over time, but it's money well spent because you're reading, you always helping out with not just your imagination, because you as an adult you can read these too, but you are always improving your imagination and your comprehension and getting ideas, and this can help inspire you too if you want to get creative. I'm not gonna lie. So, you know, you can definitely start your children out on these comics and just buy out the whole issue. You understand? Or buy issues 1 through 5 or 1 through whatever, or get them the volume. And if they like it, double down on that purchase. You feel me? But this hobby right here is fairly cheap. I buy a lot of comics for $5 or less, unless I'm getting volumes, and it's like $17 to $20. Really no more than that, depending on what it is. If it's a hardcover, it might be $23, and I'm going to be getting more hardcover volume comics. You understand what I'm saying? So I want to get a couple omnibuses too. Them hoes be like $100, but I do want a couple omnibuses. And the omnibus is definitely everything that came from. So if I was to get the omnibus of Absolute Batman, it'd be all the issues in one big ass book. You understand what I'm saying? Or, you know, whatever, it'd be that type of shit. So yeah, man, they don't have that yet because they still printing new issues of Absolute Batman, more issues of it, like 22, 23, 24. That shit is continuing to grow. But when it does, like I said, I do want to get 1 or 2 omnibuses. I seen a couple Wolverine omnibuses, and I was like, damn, I want that shit. But it wasn't in my budget at the moment. Not at that moment, but it will be very, very soon. So yeah, man, that's the most that you probably going to be paying for the comics. And then the lease is $5. Like I said, you can get issues 1 through 5, and you will spend $25, $30 on 5 comic books for your child to read. And now they're stimulated, they're reading, they're interested in something, and they'll let you know if they don't like it, they ain't gonna read it. You feel me? So again, and if they not fucking with it, you can have it for yourself, because you might end up reading that shit and understanding it way more than your child did. You know, it's just a fun medium, and it's not as expensive. My most expensive hobby is definitely gaming. Second to that is collecting vinyl, because vinyls be $20 a pop, $30 a pop, $50 a pop, $60 a pop, depending on what version you buying. You understand what I'm saying? I am a limited edition type of guy. If there's a limited edition of something, I want it. Yo, speaking of vinyls, right? We not even talking about music, but I gotta mention this real quick. I have the limited edition of You. It's the jazz album by Mac Miller. With the gold vinyl and everything. The sleeve that I have it in got ate up by my dogs. Like, I still have the sleeve, but it's ate the fuck up. Only 7,000 of those were made. Only 7,000 globally were made. And I have the one where my dogs ate the sleeve up, bro. This is my vinyl case right here. It's blurred, but that's it right there. The vinyl is pushed out. I don't even know how the fuck they got to it. But it's like, come on, y'all. That one of all of them? Are you serious? Only 7,000 of those were made. The vinyl is still intact, but the sleeve is fucked. And I'm mad about that. I wasn't gonna sell it or anything, but it's just like, damn, I have a collector's edition of something that I really enjoyed when it first came out, and it's just, the sleeve is, I can't even enjoy it the same. But anyways, going back to the comics, buy y'all some comics, man. It is not an expensive hobby, but for certain version that you buy of these comic books, they can definitely make you a decent amount of money, man. They can 10x in price. You understand, for certain companies that you have. So, you can buy them cheap and sell them high. You feel me? Now, let's go ahead and get into word of the day. Word of the day is espoused. It means embraced or adopted as an idea, principle, or cause. I would use it in a sentence. I didn't study this word to use it in a sentence, but let me just say, I espouse the belief. Okay. I espouse the belief that I can do anything in this world. There we go. Yeah, that's a good sentence, I guess, right? That's a good sentence. Espouse is spelled ESPOUSED. Espouse. Add that to your lexicon. Next up, we have the benefits of star fruit. Now, if you've never seen the star fruit, if you get it, I don't even know how to describe what it looks like, but it is yellow, it's green. It's like, it has like a yellow greenish tint to it. It looks amazing. Like, if you see the star fruit, like whenever you go into a grocery store, say you go into Sprouts or something, look in the area where they have like the mangoes, shit like that. They may have star fruit over there. Sapote, star fruit, fucking papaya, shit. Like, they might have that. You understand what I'm saying? So look in that area, you're gonna see star fruit. Buy you one. Cut that hoe open, like sit it long ways, or just lay it flat on the fucking counter, with a cutting board under it. Under it. Cut it down, and you're gonna see why it's called the star fruit. The shit looks cool as fuck. And if they ripe enough, they get real juicy. So you cut it, it looks like a star when you cut it. It get real juicy if it's extremely ripe, and it's sweet and slightly tangy from the last time. I remember I haven't had star fruit in a long time, but it is so good. It is so good at the taste, and it looks amazing. It smells good too. But the benefits of it helps prevent chronic inflammation. If you're inflamed, eat you a star fruit. Supports healthy immune system, because it has great vitamin C in it. Regulates blood sugar and supports gut health, so it can help with obesity and type 2 diabetes. I'm just saying that it can help with. I'm not a doctor, none of that shit. I'm just saying, this is what I looked up online. I forgot the site that I went to that was giving me this information, but yeah, it helps with type 2 diabetes and obesity. May improve skin health. So if you be breaking out in acne, you understand what I'm saying? Your skin a little dry, you feel like you're looking a little dull, that'll definitely brighten you up. I definitely will say my skin looked the best when I was eating star fruit on a regular basis. Back when I was living in Florida and shit, mother was buying star fruit all the time from like the little farmer's market or whatever. And oh my goodness, that shit, yeah, my skin looked the best then. It has anti-cancer properties, and it tends to grow in the summer months through the winter. So you can find that shit right now. It peaks in the winter, and I believe it peaks during the summer months, and then during the winter, what you have is what you have. But it grows through the winter as well. So that shit decent as hell, bro. So if you have not had star fruit before, I highly recommend it. You will not be disappointed. It is so good. It smells good, and it looks interesting when you cut into it. It literally looks like a star. It's fire, bro. And you don't have to peel the skin. You can eat the skin. So make sure you rinse your fruit off real good too. Next up, we have music. La música. Hey, listen, man. This is definitely one of my favorite portions of the pod. Y'all know I love talking about music. Spotify had did a new thing. I don't know what the fuck this is. It's Welcome to Studio by Spotify Labs. Generate new, deeply personalized content built around your life, taste, and ambitions. That must be some AI shit. Yeah, nah, I'm cool. I don't need that. Again, this might be my favorite portion of the pod. It's one of my favorites. It's this one and investing. Love talking about both. I just love music. Video games. I love talking about video games, music, investing. Those are my three favorite things. And reading comics too. I love books and shit like that. But those are my three favorite things to do. I love that shit. Play video games, read books, or read books, invest in, and talk about music. Okay, I said four, but y'all get what I'm saying, bro. I love doing that shit. So new music. Larry June dropped a new album. It's called Who Coppin'. It's decent. I feel like it's not his best work, but it's a good Larry June album. Like when listening to this album, you already know what to expect when you listening to Larry. You understand what I'm saying? He talking about getting his money, being healthy. He talked about what he went through a little bit, you know what I'm saying, in his past and shit like that. It's a really good album though. It's solid. The beats are fire. I like some of the features. They snap with this shit. Like I said, I don't think this is his best work, but this is pretty fucking solid for a Larry June album, man. I ain't gonna lie. I highly enjoy what I listen to. It's called Who Coppin'. Go listen to that shit, man. It's 16 tracks. If I was to recommend any songs off this bitch, it'll be The Machinist, Better Decisions, Everything Liquid. He got some bops on this bitch, I ain't gonna lie. California Dream with Jhené Aiko, 3 Calculators, and Organically Sliding. Those are the songs that I would recommend on that whole, man. So go listen to Who Coppin' by Larry June. Chenayder, she dropped a new album. It is called The Beginning. It's called The Beginning. Hold on, let me go in and type her name is so y'all can see who the fuck I'm talking about. No, it's not called The Beginning. It's called Outdated. My bad. What the fuck? It's called Outdated. One of the songs is called The Beginning. My bad. Her name is Chenayder. She finally dropped. I think I told y'all about this album last week. And there's a reason for that. I listened to this shit. I did not finish listening to it, but I thoroughly enjoyed what I heard so far. I listened to, 7 songs out of the 12. So I listened to more than half. And so far, great album, bro. I meant to finish listening to this album yesterday, but I was editing and getting some shit done. I was just, I meant to finish this shit yesterday, bro. But it is what it is. It's out. This shit fire so far. If I was to recommend a couple songs off of this shit to start with, The Beginning, Solitude, I love that song, Gone, and One Day. Those songs right there, I highly recommend that y'all listen to it. It's not a long album either. It's 12 songs. They say take you about 33 minutes and 25 seconds to complete listen to this motherfucker. Short listen, but you listen to this when you listen to this album, listen to it with the intention. This album is so good, and I cannot wait to see how the rest of her career expands, because she is a great artist. She write her own music. I want to know if she make her own beats. Let me just look up one of these songs real quick and see, because I go to the credits sometimes. And let's just say. So we'll say, okay, so okay, here we go. Nah, she don't make her own beats. I wouldn't be surprised if she has some I wouldn't be surprised if she would have some credits on one of these production credits, but I don't think she make her own beats. But if she does, that'll be fucking fire as well. But she's talented though, man. She can sing. She's fucking talented. Not gonna lie. Go listen to Chenayder today, boy. Her new album is called Outdated. I highly recommend that y'all go listen to that motherfucker. 12K Gotti. He dropped a new album. It's called Mad Life, all caps. I have not listened to. I'm going to listen to it probably today or tomorrow over the weekend. And I'm going to come back next week and tell y'all more about Outdated by Chenayder and Mad Life by 12K Gotti. Y'all know I fuck with 12K Gotti. He's in 10K. That boy can rap his ass off. He's from Ohio. This is one of the best things Ohio ever produced. I'm gonna listen to this motherfucker, man. And what I like about this album too, he ain't got no features. At least in it, they not listed. They not listed on here, so I'm assuming he ain't got no features on this bitch. This, I can't wait, boy. It's 13 songs, 32-minute listen, pretty short, but again, listen to this album with intention. With intention, man. I can't wait. I can't wait, bro. I can't wait to listen to this shit. So much good music is dropping this year. 2020 has been some of the best for entertainment, especially when it comes to music and video games. Not gonna lie to you, bro. We've been getting some fire shit, man. We've been getting some fire shit. And you can't tell me we haven't, bro. Now, per usual, I don't have a song queued up at all for what I want y'all to listen to. But, the guy Fahim, he dropped another album. It's called Dump God, Hyperbolic Time Chamber Rap 4. He always dropping albums. This man don't ever stop. I'm going to listen to that shit as well. I know sometimes it seems like I be playing a lot of the same artists, but it's because I really fuck with them. You understand? Like, I really do fuck with their music, and I just want y'all to understand, like, bruh, y'all have to listen to this shit. I know I played y'all Mavi, I played y'all Niante. I don't think I ever played a El Custo. I believe I played Mike before. I'm trying to think, bro, because I know, you know what? This is what I'm gonna do. We're gonna go to Chenayder. We're gonna go to Chenayder, bro. And we are going to play one of her songs off her new album. Y'all gotta listen to this shit, bro. This shit fire. So I had mentioned the beginning that y'all should listen to, but I'm gonna play Salt. Something that's pulling me into Salt. So this is Chenayder. Her new album is called Outdated. The song is called Salt. YouTube, you already know you want me to hear this shit, so I apologize in advance. So I'm gonna go ahead and play this shit for y'all right now. And that was Salt by Chenayder on her new album called Outdated. Hey, man, y'all can't tell me that shit wasn't hard. Y'all can't tell me that shit wasn't hard. That shit sounds so good. Chenayder is one of them ones, boy. She is definitely one of them ones. I'm not gonna lie to you. Go listen to Chenayder, bro. I believe she won't be for everybody, but for those who she is going to be for, they are thoroughly going to enjoy her music. And they are going to back, like, I could see her fan base being crazy because she seems like she make music for her. You understand what I'm saying? She do exactly what she want to do with her talent. You understand? I can't wait, bro. I can't wait to see what more she does in her career. Chenayder one of them ones, bro. She hard. She can really, yeah. She one of them ones. She next up, boy. I ain't gonna lie. I don't have any miscellaneous news going on. I decided to stay away from that this week. You know, sometimes nigga don't want to talk about that all the time. You already know what the fuck going on out here. You know, not saying that, you know, listen, the shit will get a little deep on this bitch. But that's just so motherfuckers can still stay aware, know what's going on, know that we ain't fucking around. Like, this is still real deal Holyfield out this bitch, man. Like, the shit, real shit that's really happening out here. You understand what I'm saying? And I don't want nobody to forget that. No matter how much y'all try to escape from it, you know what I'm saying? Escaping is one thing, but is it really escape when you always coming back to it? You like, is it really an escape when you never leave for real? Like, nobody really escapes. He never really went nowhere. They just, you know, that one dog, that one meme with the dog that's sitting in the burning building. This is fine. That's motherfuckers when they, oh, I'm escaping the world for a little bit when I'm playing these video games. Not really. You just doing something that you love in the midst of all of this craziness. That's all. We really ain't escaping anything because we gotta come right back to it. You understand what I'm saying? Like, we never left for real. So, you know, that's just something to think about, man. There's always some real shit going on. But that's not to say that you can't enjoy yourself in the midst of all of this insane crazy, because you gotta have that balance, bro. If you shit crazy all the time, you're gonna go insane. If things are right, you're gonna be all right. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it's just that balance. And it's all about worrying about the things that's within your control. You fed me. But that's all I got to say on that, man. This might be a shorter pod today. You already know, talk about my favorite part of the pod. My second favorite part of the pod. Investing. Listen, before you invest, make sure that you have a game plan. And what I mean by having a game plan, you know what you want to invest in, how much this thing that you want to invest in goes up per year, how well it performs on a yearly basis. You understand what I'm saying? Knowing, is this going to be a long-term hold, or is this going to be a short-term / long-term hold? And what I mean by that is, you invest in this thing, it goes up, it doubles your money. Do you want to continue to hold, or do you want to pull profits, pull out your initial investment and then start pulling profits? Do you want to do that? And once you start pulling those profits and taking your initial investment out, what's the other thing you want to invest in with your initial investment? What you're going to do with the rest of the profits? Are you going to take 10% and buy dividends to create more cash flow? Are you going to put it into a high yield savings account? Are you going to go buy more assets? Did you pull enough profits to where you can go ahead and buy more assets? Let's say real estate, so where you can create cash flow there. Like, what are some things that you are like? What is your game plan with your money? And not just and what is the game plan that you have with the money that you are generating off of, that you are generating income from, that you're trading time for money for? When you get paid outside of your bills and non-negotiables, what is the plan for the rest of your money? Are you going to not eat out this week? Are you not going to spend no money except for like little things that you like I said, outside of that's the non-negotiables? Are you just gonna take the rest of that money and just invest it all? You understand what I'm saying? Build out the rest of your savings. You know what I'm saying? Like what investment vehicles do you want to invest in? Do you want to buy dividend stocks so that way you have more than one source of income, which is your job? What is your full game plan? For me, my game plan is, okay, getting this income, creating a budget. Creating a motherfucking budget. Then, once I created that budget, how much of this budget is going to go into investing and saving? What do I want to save in? I'm thinking about doing. Once I get to a certain number for my savings account, the rest of it for my savings is going to go into Bitcoin. And that's going to be a supercharged savings for me. And that's something I'm never going to sell. You understand what I'm saying? That's going to be a strictly a savings account for me. I think what I might end up doing, I might just make that my savings account as a whole, but we'll see though. But I think, it's about that diversification, gaining yield from a high yield savings account, and then having Bitcoin as a savings, because there's less and less Bitcoin on these exchanges. So I need to gain as much Bitcoin as I possibly can. So like I said, I think I'm going to just use that as a supercharged savings and just put money in that ever so often. And then how much I want to invest. And then once I invest, once my money go up in it, once my investment goes up in value to my initial investment, see where I want to put that initial investment, take some profits, and see what I want to do with those profits. Either stuff my cash value life insurance, take a certain percentage. Do I want to take a certain percentage of this, like 10% of my profits, put it into dividend paying assets? Then take the rest and stuff it into my cash value life insurance. Do I want to do that? And then after that, do I want to borrow from my crypto once it's a good time to borrow from my crypto, or do I want to borrow from my life insurance, which that is most likely what I would do, and then see what other vehicles that I want to invest my money in. I'll make profits, whatever profits or dividends that I get, depending on what I invest in. I'm going to pay back that loan, which is all my money anyway. It's all of my money is just going right back to me instead of a bank. And once I pay off that loan, now I'm going to have free money. Now I have more cash generating assets that can go towards me buying other assets, whether that's real estate or, dividend growth stocks or more dividends paying stocks. You understand what I'm saying? Um, right now, what I'm doing is making sure that I have my cash value life insurance stuffed and I can borrow from it, and then I'm gonna buy and buying crypto. And then letting that go up, you know what I'm saying, do its thing. Once it hit my exit targets, pull my profits, pay back that loan, I got free fucking money. And I got house money sitting on the side by using old money, by using money that I borrowed. Like, remember I told you, I had borrowed from my Bitcoin sometime last year, like that, at the end of last year, and I bought a dividend paying asset. And I used that dividend paying asset to pay off my loan back to my Bitcoin, basically back to me, plus a little bit of interest. So I have more Bitcoin coming out of that. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day. And I'm so glad that I did it. Now I'm going to be buying this dividend paying stock called SATA, SATA. They have a 13% dividend yield, and they are buying Bitcoin, and they have on their website that they have enough in their reserves to pay the dividend yield at 13% for the next 20 years. And I am going to be gaining as much money as I can off of that, because guess what? Those dividend paying those dividends that I'm going to be getting paid daily, because they're going to be paying them daily. That's where that's going, right into other assets and just accumulating over time, accumulating. So right now, as far as what I'm doing with investing, I'm buying as much Bitcoin as I can, as much XRP as I can, HBAR, Chainlink. Those are the four that I'm buying as much as I can. I'm going to invest a little bit more in Flare, VeChain, Zabet Network, and I'm going to leave those alone. I'm never going to touch those. I'm just going to leave that. I'm staking the fuck out my Flare, so I'm going to be staking that as much as I can. But once I invest one more time into those and I get a certain number, I'm not going to invest in those anymore. And my sole focus is going to be Bitcoin, XRP, HBAR, Chainlink. XLM, I want to say XLM as well, but those four for sure. XLM is definitely going to be accumulated. I'm going to get XLM to a certain number, and I'm going to touch them. I'm not going to touch it, and then I'm just going to be focusing on Bitcoin, XLM, Bitcoin, XRP, HBAR, and Chainlink. I need as much Chainlink as I possibly can as well. So, and when I add a couple more cryptos to my portfolio, that's it. I'm just going to be stuck with those 10, and that's it. That's it. So yeah, that's what I would do, man, as far as coming up with a game plan, and just stick within that budget. Do not spend out of that budget if you can help it. You know, you got a savings account that's for emergencies. Then you got a savings account that's just for your savings, for whatever. You understand what I'm saying? Like me, I'm making sure that I get as much revenue as I can so that I can invest as much as I can. You feel me? So any money that I get, like I said, the money that I get weekly, daily, I'm buying XRP, Bitcoin. I'm buying that shit every single time. And then the asset, and then the money that I get off of those assets, profits and all of that shit, a certain percentage going into dividends. And then the rest, cash value life insurance. And I'm just creating that cash flow, and I'm just dollar cost averaging every single time. Because I dollar cost average every single month, but it's turning, really it's turning it from monthly to weekly, and soon it's gonna be daily. So monthly, weekly, daily, I'm dollar cost averaging every single time. You understand what I'm saying? Let me see what else. That's really it as far as a game plan, bro. And just stick to it, and just continue to worry about that compounding interest. Like with crypto, that's supercharging me. That's expediting my process on me. You know what I'm saying? Becoming excessively wealthy. You understand? Because I invested in a dollar cost average, and then I take these profits and I do something with them. I'm putting them into cash value assets, and then I use those dividends or whatever that's paying me, and I buy more crypto. You understand what I'm saying? So it just expediting my process. And then soon real estate, and then that real estate, so I'm gonna take half to save it. The other half is going towards crypto. You understand what I'm saying? And it's just everything is like, I'm using everything for cash flow, but it's all gonna be inverted. Like most of my wealth is in crypto. That's what most of my wealth is, and cash value life insurance. You understand what I'm saying? And then soon cash value life insurance is going to, you know what I'm saying, do an inverse on crypto, and then, you know, other things like my portfolio is crypto, dividends, and soon to be real estate. That's my portfolio. And you can do something similar to that as well, man. Like, just look up the best dividend paying stocks, and it's gonna get you where you need to be. And you can look up high risk, medium risk, low risk, and then see what you are willing to be more risky on, invest in that. Where you be like, okay, I want a little bit of risk, but not as much. You invest in that. Excuse me, and then you look at the low risk and be like, okay, this is like the most protection. This is gonna give me constant dividends quarterly or monthly. We're gonna invest in this. And then what you're gonna do with those dividends? That's the next step. What are you gonna do with those dividends? You can save them. You can take that cash flow and buy more assets that can generate more cash flow. You feel me? So it's all about that, man. Just remember, cash is trash. Cash flow is king, though. You feel me? Cash is trash. Cash flow is king, though. You understand? Just because the value of the dollar is fucking inflating, it's going down, and it's inflating like crazy, and it's making everything around us more and more expensive. Rent, groceries, whatever it is. Like whatever things costed 5 years ago is no longer that price, and it's going to get worse. So the best thing that you can do is invest in things that beat inflation. They say inflation is at 3.2%. They lying because they not accounting for everything else, groceries, rent, shit like that. So inflation is really 15, 20% whole time, maybe a little bit higher. So you want to beat things, so you want to invest in things that eventually beat inflation, or that can combat inflation, that can hedge against inflation at a decent rate, that can constantly give you cash flow, and then, you know, you can build your moat, your security, because that's basically what all of this is about, man. You trying to just build a moat with having all of these assets. And I'm telling you now, if you don't have assets now, in the future, you will suffer if you don't own assets, because the dollar is not what it used to be. You understand what I'm saying? So just take heed to what I'm saying, bro. I'm not telling you this for no reason. Like, I'm always learning about micro and macroeconomics and shit like that, money and how it works and all of that shit. Y'all know the story. I'm just letting y'all know because I care, and I'm not saying this to scare y'all, but things are going to get way more expensive. Do y'all not see what's going on with America trying to go to war, or going to war with Iran, constantly bombing Iran? Iran has the world by the fucking balls because of the Strait of Hormuz. They're not gonna open that shit up. They about to, hey, if you want to deal with us, this is what you got to pay in. We no longer using the dollar. That's gonna fuck the dollar up. And what you think that's gonna do with your basic necessities? That's gonna go up too. Do y'all know that they are starting to add digital price tags into these stores? I think they're already doing it in Walmart. They're gonna be doing it in other stores as well. That means they could change the price at will. So if shit was $3.99, they could change that price to be $7.99. But like, well, hyperinflation. Be like, damn, I can't afford this. They have full control over the grocery prices now, because they can just digitally change it. You understand? So listen, man, this is just one of those things where I really want y'all to think about money different. Like, you have to start now. We got 3 years, y'all. 3 years before the financial system completely changes. And whether it's for the better or the worse, that's going to depend if you own assets or not. For the better, if you own assets. For the worse, if you don't. Like I said, I'm not trying to scare you or anything. I just want to get you to realize where this world is going. That's it. That's all. Shit is changing fast. I mentioned this on the last episode of my pod. Shit is changing so fast. 2020 was 6 years ago, y'all. Remember that? When everybody was locked up in the house? That was 6 years ago. Time is fucking flying, and it's not waiting on nobody. So, The best thing that you can do, like I said, if you're able, start with a game plan, create a budget if you can, if you're able to, and buy assets. Buy assets. It don't matter what you invest in. Pokemon cards, gold, silver, crypto, copper, stocks, dividend paying stocks, oil. Let me see what else. Whatever, real estate. Don't know how I almost forgot that. Real estate, if you can. You feel me? Like, whatever is an investment vehicle, you have to own that shit because things will go up. Things cycle all the time. They go up in price, they come down in price. You want to take advantage of the low prices, buy as much as you can. Because when things go up and start to go parabolic, these low prices, you ain't gonna see these again. We at the brink of like, Bitcoin might come all the way down to 50-something thousand. I'm scooping as much as I can now. I'm going all in when that shit hit 50K, if it hit 50K. XRP might hit sub $1. I'm already buying it. I'm going to in as much as I can on XRP. Life insurance policy. Hey, borrow. I have it by tomorrow. Buy that shit. I need that. I needs that. Buying as much XRP as I can because when prices go up, oh man, I'm telling you, I'm taking full on advantage of that shit, boy. I'm not fucking around. So I'm accumulating as much as I can. When XRP hit $5 to $7, I'm gonna be taking profits, and then I'm gonna just take a certain percentage, invest it into other dividend paying assets. Let the price come back down. Maybe it might hit $2, $3. I'm going all in with my dry powder. I had to cough. Make sure y'all stay hydrated, man. Let me go ahead and take a sip of water. Cause I keep muting the mic so I ain't coughing all up in y'all ear and shit. Stay hydrated. So yeah. Make sure that y'all buying assets, man. It's too much money to be made. Like I said, just like the best thing that I can say to you is, and again, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice at all whatsoever. But if I was me, and I am me, I'm invested in crypto. I take my initial investment, have that as dry powder to the side for when things come back down or whatever the case may be. I'll take profits off the top, take as much profits as I possibly can. And then when things come back down, go all in. But with the money that I take a certain percentage of that, buy dividends. Buy dividends, or if I got enough, buy a real estate property. Start collecting rent. And then just compounding stuff, life insurance policy, compounding, you know what I'm saying? And then just go on from there, man. That's what I'm doing. So, don't put yourself in debt if you don't need to. Do not put yourself in debt, any type of debt, any credit debt, any of that shit to buy cryptocurrency. That is not a good strategy. You will get wrecked and your credit score will get fucked. And if you really care about your credit score, like I know for me, like credit is cool, but I'm not really worried about that because the way I'm operating, I don't really operate off credit. Like I told y'all before, I'm my own credit line via life insurance policy. So for however much I need to, so say if I need to take a loan right now, however much I have in my life insurance policy, I could take a loan out in full right now. Do what I need to do with it, create some cash flow so that way it can help me pay off the loan a lot quicker. And then I'm good. Credit not harmed, not worried about that shit. So listen, there's other ways that you can do things, or without having to do things that people deem the norm. It's just all about reading, man. Books I highly recommend that you read is The Richest Man in Babylon. That's where, like I said, my uncle put me on to that back in 2020. That's why I learned how to take 10% of things and, creating a budget, taking 10%, putting it somewhere, letting it grow, moving money around, making it current, this, that, and the third. Think and Grow Rich. I read a certain point of it every day. Hold on, let me see. What is it called? I need to repair my book. It's called Self-Confidence Formula. I read this shit every day. It's five, what would you call this? Like a bullet pointed thing. Like it's a list of things that you can repeat to yourself every day. I know this shit by heart. And I repeat that. I read that every single morning. Next up, you can read The Infinite Banking Concept by R. Nelson Nash. This is where I learned how to use cash value life insurance, like whole term or an IUL, and index universal life insurance policy, which I'm going to be, which once I'm done max funding my life insurance policy that I have now, I'm going to be opening up a whole nother policy, which is my IUL, and I'm going to be stuffing as much money as I I can, so I can borrow from it and do what I need to do, create assets, pay it back off, woo after bam. You already know how that whole process go. So the infinite banking concept. That's where I learned how to borrow from my shit and create more assets, buy more assets. And I don't have to pay back the loan because it comes off the death benefit. But me, I pay back off the loan because I want my death benefit to be intact, because this is not just for the now. This is for the future. You understand what I'm saying? For my future children, they grandchildren, my great grandchildren. None of them, 10 generations down the line, from this point forward, the next 10 generations will never have to work a day in their life. They will just choose to. They can do what the fuck they want to do. And 10 generations after that, they will have more knowledge and more ways that they can expand and create money and shit like that based off of what I'm doing right now. So I'm saying 20, 30 generations down the line, they will be rich as fuck because of what I'm doing right now and learning about money. And then everything that I've learned about money, things will change over time and they just adapt to that. You understand what I'm saying? I'm going to teach, the generation that's after me to, capitalize off of X, Y, and Z when things change. We're up to bam. Like I'm going to have all of this knowledge that they can pass down, because passing down wealth isn't just about the money that you pass down. It's also about the knowledge that you give them. You understand what I'm saying? The knowledge that you accumulate over time, because that compounds and that gives you interest as well. You pass that down, and now they understand, okay, this is how money works. When things come about, this is how you research certain things, or this is something new. This is going to be part of a new whoop de bam, woo woo. Like we won't, and this is what I'm saying. I feel like for the next 100 years, anybody that comes after us, they won't have another time like this in their history to invest in something like this. For the next 100 years, we're going to be long gone by then. But I know that. So for the next 100 years, 200, 300, depending on how long humans going to be around after that, my lineage won't have to worry about working a day in their life because of what I'm doing right now. And I'm experiencing and going to experience the fruits of my labor. My children, their children, their children, their children, and children after that is going to experience my fruits based off of my labor. We all gonna enjoy this shit because of what I'm doing now, and I know what to do. Next bull run, I'm pulling as much profits as I can. I'm pulling as much profit because I've been investing every single month over the last 3 years, every single month. Now, do I do some chasing here and there? And yeah, I have. But that's okay because I don't skip a beat. I still invest a dollar cost average every single month. Sometimes a little bit more than the average that I invest in. And I don't fuck around. So yeah, man, that's basically it, bro. Have a game plan before you invest and follow through to that game plan to the T. Discipline and consistency is going to be your best friend while you investing. I'm telling you, because I had a couple months where, I defied and went over the budget and shit like that. And then, I'm, just still doing dumb shit. But I understand now. I fully understand at 31 years old that I don't have no more time to waste, and I'm not bullshitting no more. I don't give a fuck. I'm creating other sources of revenue, and all of that shit is getting invested into crypto, life insurance policy, and I'm creating other forms of revenues that where I make money in my sleep. Crypto, making money while I sleep. Dividend paying incomes, making money. Dividend paying assets, making money making money while I sleep. Real estate, making money while I sleep. I might have to. Now that is something I'm going to have to manage a little bit more hands on, but that's okay because that's part of the generational wealth. My people will always have a place to go. You understand what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna fully own everything that I touch, that I invest in. Own it, and listen. So many different sources of revenues, bro. So many different sources of the revenue. I'm telling you, bro. Like I said, stake in crypto, real estate, dividend paying assets, whatever else you name it. I have it. It is going to continue to grow and compound. And like by the time I'm 35, I'm fully retired. Fully retired. And I'm already living as though I'm there now. So with that being said, man, this was a shorter episode. I really do appreciate y'all for coming through, listening, watching, wherever. Remember to hit that hype button on YouTube. That definitely helps out a whole lot if you are on mobile, because for whatever reason they don't have it on desktop yet. But hit that hype button if you are on mobile. That shit definitely helps out a whole lot. Especially if y'all got some gems, y'all enjoyed the pod, y'all enjoyed the conversation and shit like that, man. That's all y'all gotta do. Like, sub if you're new, and hit the hype button. I really do appreciate y'all for coming through and listening. This has been episode 70. Hold on, let me not get it wrong. This has been episode 74 of the Von Talks podcast. Y'all make sure that y'all exercise, drink some water, and fucking relax. And I will most definitely talk to y'all ass on the next one. Peace.